Hi, this is Lisa Lajoie. How's it going? I hope you're doing super well. And I just wanted to let you know, here we go. I'm going to do a vlog about this supermoon. It's really important. So, I'm the owner and creator of the company Tapping Into It. It's a spiritual empowerment company where we intuitively do consultations and I help people to empower themselves in their business, their life, and their relationships. Very important for all of us to know that we are in our wholeness more than just a body, more than just a human being. And in tapping into all that we are, we can actually build that life of prosperity that we're looking for. I'm known as the Prosperity Oracle, and I serve people to empower and enlighten their life. I'm an intuitive expert um, and teach spiritual mastery principles. So I'm excited that you're listening. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you that know me, thank you for coming back. And for those of you that are new to me, I want to encourage you to just open your heart and your mind to other possibilities, to new cosmic potentials of self and life, and just listen into this vlog with an open heart and mind. And I look forward to serving you in the future. Listen, anything you need, just let me know. And we're happy to spiritually serve. Check out my mastery programs that are coming up. And I look forward to enlightening this planet a little bit more as we enlighten ourselves. And here we go with this week's blog. Hello, friends. Okay, whoa, right? Wow, like everybody sit back. Can we discuss what's going on right now? Okay, so there's a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about because I think it's very important. First of all, when you have a massive shift change and acceleration gas to the floor situation with the planets and the moon and the cycles and the influences of the year change, and it's really intense, honestly. Like, I've been studying energy and planetary energy and numerological energy since, my early 20s. And it's not something I talk about enough, but it's something I study and tune in with all the time. And I use it in my own personal work. I just don't share it as much. So I wanted to share it more and more with you guys because it's very important to understand, like, when energy opportunities are there, there's a reason that the planets are aligning with supporting us and pushing us and helping us excel, expand, and rise in ourselves. And this is what's going on. The moon is one of the closest things to us. She is connected to our subconscious, to our inner workings, our higher mind, our superconscious. She has a huge influence and impact. And it's not a surprise that she's in the sky where we can see her clearly, close enough for her for us to visually connect. And it's interesting. So some people don't recognize that the moon is not just a moon. She's part of our superconscious reality and our subconscious reality as a human being. And so when we have these types of energetic exchanges in the world with eclipses and moons and just the galactic surge of cosmic dimensions pushing us in this stratosphere called the Earth, in this plane, it's amazing. And what's going on is there's a ton of shit happening. Let's be honest. People are going really wild in their possibilities, transformation, opportunities. So the more aware you are, the easier and more flow you have in the experience. The more you can be in alignment with the opportunities versus in a conflict, challenge, or stress with what's going on out there in the stratosphere related back to you and to our humanity and to what's going on the planet. Very important. So last year we ended an 11-2 year. 11 is mastering relationships and looking at reaching for higher dimensions in our collaborations, interaction, and exchanges with the rest of civilization and the people in our lives and with ourselves inside. That being said, the one of the most amazing things that we need to understand is there's really no coincidence. These things are perfectly designed for collaboration and co-creative collaboration with the universe and with the cosmic possibilities within us and in our external workings. Everything's always aligned, even though sometimes it's very chaotic and maybe stressful. It may be very confusing for us as people. Basically, everything is always aligned. There's always a mapping that we're being supported in understanding through astrology and numerology and patterns in the world. The universe is trying to help us. It's given us all these tools. It's given us all these opportunities to learn about what's going on and what we can work with and what is working with us and against us in our chart, in the stratosphere and in the cosmic world. Metaphysical reality is there. It's real. It morphs itself in everyday life. It morphs itself in how it shows up in our life, in our material life, in our everyday experiences. The moon is really a wonderful representation of our human self. And the way I always look at the moon, the way I've connected with it over years, is that the moon goes dark and light. And it's just like our conscious. So we have subconscious, which is the dark side of the moon, and then we have superconscious, which is the full moon. And we as people are going through that every single day. We're going through conscious and subconscious and superconscious realities all the time. And we need to understand that we are able to be very in tune with all of those moving parts of ourselves. Even when we're in the dark about something, we can enlighten it, we can understand, we can find the truth in our potential and our possibilities and what we're trying to create in this world. There's always a moment of clarity that we can tune in with within ourselves and within the workings of the universe. Even if we're in the dark, there's always the possibility, just like the moon cycles, to find the light and to see through in the shadows, just like the stages of the moon, how it goes from a new moon, which is totally black, into a full moon. These are all stages, and they're stages of our consciousness as well. They're stages of our subconscious as well. So when we reflect and think, God, we're so connected, we're almost built, and we have all these opportunities. We're built in this, like this enormous planetary experience. We're part of this Earth, which is part of this galaxy, which is part of this universe, held together by the gravity and pull of the sun. I mean, when you think of it, like that's unbelievable. And then we've been gifted through people's super conscious intuitive ability to understand and translate, you know, transcribe and translate information from the cosmos, like astrology, numerology, and the mappings of all the, you know, Chinese philosophies, the Feng Shui philosophies, the Mayan philosophies. I mean, there's endless understanding of, you know, people and our possibilities and supporting our conscious co-creative reality on a bigger scale, a larger scale, and an internal personal scale. It's crazy how it all works and how absolutely magnificent it is that we have so much support and we have maps and like maps that make our world look like a treasure hunt and make our experiences like a treasure hunt. Like we get to discover what our potential is, what our super conscious potential is. We have the moon that supports us every month. These aligning energies that support us in magnifying our intuitive potential, opening up clarity about who we are on a subconscious and super conscious level. And working with the moons and I'm going to talk more and more about that. And I definitely talk in depth about this in my mastery series, my spiritual mastery series about enlightened living, because people don't really understand the magnificent power that's available and the treasure hunt that we're on with the planets. I mean, there's just this amazing, just so many incredible gifts from the universe to help us understand ourselves, to help us really dig into just who we are, where we're going, where we're headed, what we're here to learn, who we're here to be. There's so many options. And so when we look at the mapping of numerology and we understand the 11-2 year happened and has just ended. And one of the things I've been talking about a lot is January is total morphing month. With these eclipses and all that, it's been like, yeah, you're not sure if you're going to finish and complete the lessons you have from last year about mastering your relationships, mastering your conscious co-creative ability in the relationships that you have with self and others, especially with others, and facing the duality in any way that you live it in the different experiences that you have with people in your life. Clearing out the clutter of your closet of duality, like how you feel about things, and finding alignment and finding the true mastery in your relationships, how you're going to show up to them, and the boundaries that you have to have in them, your level of love, expanding your level of love, expanding your ability to communicate, learning and growing, and being pushed to improve the quality of relationships with self and others and the universe and anything that you have a relationship with. Actually, that's what the opportunity was last year. And so January, that what people think that when the year ends, that's when intentions have to get set, and but energetically and cosmically, it's not the right time. The right time is actually now. We're still settling in. We have a few more weeks of settling this energy that just hit us with that full moon eclipse, and we're settling down now. You need a couple of weeks before you actually dig into intention setting. You might notice that things are rising, desires, passions, but at the same time, there's many endings that are happening for people still as we get ready to open up for this real, 2019 year, which is a number 3 year, which is really about enlightening your creative self and finding more um, fun in your life and connection and social collaborations and rising into creative opportunities, how you're expressing yourself in the world and how you're expressing yourself from within, really having a good time with this. This is really the opportunity, expressing the creative part of yourself and whatever that is, and learning to embrace new opportunities and let life just bring you fun, bring you emotion, bring you joy, and enjoy it. Just ride the wave this year. And each person has their own numerological value. So there's the year, which is a number 3, and then there's your number, which is very significant to how you're going to play in this number 3 year. And if you didn't know, I have numerology reports, which I offer. They're discounted at 50% off now until the end of January. So feel free to grab one there on my site there. It's amazing. I mean, it's really a lot of information that's dynamic and helpful. And it's a report that you can use through the whole year, which will tell you about what energies are there, what month vibrations are there, who you are. There's a ton about who you are, and a breakdown of your name and um, your numerological principles, like who you are and what you're here to do. And so there's a lot of support, a lot of support out there. But as you move forward now, you're going to notice, and many of you are noticing, that things are really breaking down. Certain relationships are falling apart. You're having a lot of clarity around what you want to attract in your life, who you are, who you want to be, and you're being pushed hardcore, and a lot of people are experiencing that deeply, and it's profound and quite frightening for many many of those who are reaching out to me going like, I don't even know what's happening. Like, it's so intense. Like, it's like there's a cosmic shift inside of me that I don't even understand. It's like there's an energy change inside me that I don't even understand. And there's a pull towards massive energy changes on the inside, and then just regular life breakdowns. Like, relationships are falling apart, or you're just one day you're waking up and you're realizing like, this is really not who I am and what I want to be and what I'm attuned to. A lot of people I know and clients have had breakdowns in their significant relationships and breakups, and also meeting new people. Getting in alignment with, as you've made the shift from last year and you've found your mastery, the results that are coming forward are new people coming into your life, new connections, new collaborations, wonderful people coming around and opening opportunities for you. And with you, the universe just pouring down love into your life, really having a clear indication of what you want and what you don't want, a sense of discomfort when people are approaching you in a way that doesn't feel good. And it's just happening. It's a supportive energy that's happening since the moon and the eclipse and the ending last year. And all the planets are holding space for that in January. From what I've looked at and how I've researched the energy dynamics that are happening from this cosmic reality, and how that's playing in our earth life energy, so it's incredible, and take advantage of it. Like, close the circle of the endings that need to happen, learn the lessons, complete the learning, so you can rise and open yourself up to all the new energy that's coming in right now. So the universe is pulling from you what is not yours anymore and trying to embrace and help you anchor down and activate inside what is yours. So by releasing what is not yours anymore, which doesn't fit you anymore, you open energy inside yourself to feel what is. So, and this is how it works when you lift what you've been stuffing down or what you didn't understand as your truth, you make room for what is you. And when you make room for what is you, you can step into it and live it and feel it and embrace it confidently and with clarity. And all of a sudden you're like, wow, that doesn't fit me anymore, but this really does. Like, you'll be attracted to different types of people. You'll be attracted to different experiences. The old will be so gone in your thoughts. It's a natural synchronicity. It doesn't match anymore, so it's not in alignment with you anymore, so you don't vibrationally connect with it. And when you don't vibrationally connect with it, it's not there anymore. And so think of just continuing the release if you're in the release, and let yourself say, yes, I'm just letting all these things go because they're not in harmony with me anymore. This is not who I am anymore. And ask your superconscious, ask your higher consciousness, show me who I am, show me what I'm meant to be, show me where I'm going. The other thing I want to tell you is don't make radical decisions. Be careful not to be radical. Let yourself flow. Some of you are going through the breakdowns in your relationships, and it's not supposed to be, there's lessons you're still integrating, so it's not supposed to be a dramatic, radical change. Mastery is not about drama. Mastery is about owning where you need to go and walking towards that place and embracing who you are in each experience in those relationships and learning from them and integrating the learning. So it's not a rush, it's not a panic. So try to interpret your endings if you're experiencing them with peace and calm and tranquility. Try your best not to freak out and it just explode yourself and move too quickly. That's not what you're meant to do here. You're meant to anchor into a relaxed state of movement, into a reignition of self that was hidden under whatever is releasing. So allow yourself to go through that peacefully. Try to catch yourself. If you want to make radical decisions, it's just because you're uncomfortable with the change. Try not to do that. Try to just be like, no, I'm in a flow. You don't have to rush any kind of breakdowns. It's okay to learn from them. It's okay if they take a little longer. It's okay if some of you are just being ignited and you will go through your learning curve as the year progresses. There's no perfect way to do your growth. Just know that if you are shifting and you're feeling that, it's absolutely perfect. And it is what is being supported within us based on the numerological and astrological opportunities that are coming forward. And just let it be what it is. Let yourself connect with your higher consciousness. And do yourself a favor, don't let your mind decide. What's happening for many is, you grow and then you realize, oh, there's more growth. Let that happen too. Please let that happen too. It's happening to everybody. It's happening to me. It's happening to everybody. We're mastering ourselves. Don't let people judge you with their box or their confinement, what they think you should do. Don't listen to anybody. Listen to your inner core self. Make sure you're talking and sharing with people who will support you in the rhythm that you need, not with the judgments that they think that you should live. Many people do that. They think that they know better than we do, and that is not super conscious, co-creative living. That is, people telling you what to do and pushing you in a way that because they don't know your pace, your rhythm, they don't know your cosmic opportunities because they're in their mind. Make sure you listen to that inner self, that flow. Make sure you listen to yourself. Make sure you take your time if that's what you need. And if you do need to close things off in some relationships, then make some plans. Know that's your truth. Reconnect with those questions. Am I sure that this is something I need to let go of? Do not rush radically. Just don't do it. Stay slow and steady and make sure you're clear. And as you're clear, okay, what's my next step in this situation? What's my next step? And what's my next step? And what's my next step? And let yourself flow with it. And everybody's going through growing experiences all the time, and it's important to understand for some of us, especially you super spiritual beings, you master mystics and all kinds of wonderful, most incredible spiritual beings that share the journey with me. I know who listen to my casts, my podcasts, and my shares. I'm with you. I hear you. And some of you are just really confused about what's going on because you've been reaching out. So I thought I would do this audio blog to help and to show you the root and show you that everything is supported for this chaos because where you're rising as you complete last year's lessons, you're learning to master yourself and love yourself much more deeply and completely and be able to master how you share that in the world with others. And it's okay, like, and don't let anybody rush you and don't let anybody tell you how it should be. Unless you trust them, it's really important that you hear and sense and know your own self truth and let that be your guiding force. Even if you're reaching out to people who you trust, of course, listen to what they're saying and also allow yourself to settle in a place of asking yourself the question, is that correct for me? Because some people will give you bad advice, especially now because they're uncomfortable with your changes. So be mindful. It's something else that's come up. So that's why I'm bringing it up. It's actually come up for me and some other people that I know and clients that I have. Like, people are they're uncomfortable with this mastery experience, so they're just pushing others to, well, just shut it down, we'll just do this, we'll just do that. And it's very radical thinking, and that is not the support that we have here. The intensity of the eclipse and the intensity of the supermoon that we just had will make people a little bit loony, and even people who think they know what they're doing will really be dramatic and radical. And that is not how the moon works. The moon is in stages. The eclipse brings a smash of awakening to us, true. But the rest, the progression, the settling, the anchoring of that smash, that awakening, is has a pace and has timing. So don't let anybody tell you with their brain who you should be and how you should be, and don't let anybody push you in directions that don't feel good for you. It's important that you really hear yourself and follow and listen to people who you trust, who support your greater good, and who stand in a place with you that allows you to grow and extend and expand yourself in ways that are really important and valuable to yourself. So I hope you've enjoyed this learning, and I really, it's important right now. This is the time. This is really an energetic time. I wanted to share this with you because it's really important, and it's important for us to know that we're in a moment of growth that's awakening the masses, and even those that are non-spiritual people are being hit by the awakening of really looking at how we're treating each other, ourselves. And it's been amazing because life events have also brought to the forefront of humanity with that 11/2 year last year. Is this really how we want to be? Is this what we call super conscious humanity? Is this it? And you will have noticed there was a dark tone to many things that happened in 2018, politically and socially, in a larger scale, because we need to see and make choices as a whole race of humanity. Do we want to be that person? Do we want to be the expression of this experience? Do we want to be that low to the ground? Or do we want to shift and raise our vibration and be more in alignment with everybody versus just what we think we want ourselves? So it's been amazing. And just flow, please. Like, it's settling down, no radical decisions. Give yourself a couple more weeks to just anchor in the changes. Give yourself a chance. Stay away from your mind and listen to your gut. Really listen to your gut. It's important. If people are pushing you, don't let them. Just don't listen. Just go with the flow. Thank you so much for that guidance. I really appreciate it. But I'm settling these things that my higher consciousness needs to share with me. I know they're going to come through love and through kindness and through compassion, not through radical, judgment and people like telling you what to do. Let yourself have time to integrate your lessons. It's very important. And and I'll give you a suggestion, which I do. When people start telling me with their mind who I should be, I kind of just let myself pull away from them. People who don't really support your heart, it's not, it's important that you know that those types of people are not going to be supporting you in the way right now. There's other times where very rational friends and people who just have judgments. That's okay because you're not going to be influenced energetically as much from them. And it's okay to listen and go, okay, I'll take that into consideration. But right now, because of the vulnerability energetically, you want to make sure that as the empath energy that you are, is very open right now because of the awakening energy of that eclipse, that you let yourself be around the right kind of people. If you need a little cocooning, take it. If you need to go into prayer, meditation, and solitude, do it, and let yourself ask yourself important questions about who you are becoming, what you've learned, and where you want to go when it comes to that self relationship, that spiritual relationship with the universe, and how you want to move forward and share these new experiences within you to the external world, of your ability to love and connect and be mindful, thoughtful, kind, compassionate, and just a gorgeous human being that you are. So, cheers to this next stage as we move forward. And remember to just relax through it, sending you just a load of love and thinking of you. And if you need anything, hey, you know where I am. Have an amazing rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. Bye for now. Namaste.